We are getting YouTube up. Welcome in to our Module 3 live for Decentering Man 101. We are about to get started with Module 3's live, where we are going over the conscious conversation exercise and we are going over the journaling prompt from Module 3. So, Module 3 was a lot about male validation. It was about understanding how male validation is showing up in your relationships with women. Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you are seeking male validation, it turns you into a woman um, that is essentially a pick me. When you're seeking male validation, it turns you into someone who only sees, hey, Erica, welcome in. It turns you into someone who only sees you as competition. When you are seeking male validation, it turns you into someone who is the opposite of a girl's girl. And that's one of the things that I talked about in module 3 is about being a girl's girl, how if you're seeking male validation, that is going to show up in the way that you show up for other women. Um, I'm a girl's girl, big girl's girl here, and I'm really big on advocating for other women. I'm really big on educating other women. I'm really big on being present and showing up and being part of community, and not only being there for the pretty cute social media moments, but actually showing up. Thank you, Erica, for the rose. But actually showing up as a true member of their village and of their community. Welcome in, K White. Welcome in, Neve. But when you are not a girl's girl and when you are seeking male validation, you are going to show up in ways that makes you look petty and miserable and bitter and weird. So we talked about male validation. We talked about being a girl's girl. We talked about all the different ways that male validation can show up in your life, because when we talk about decentering man, it's not just about your romantic relationships. When I'm talking about decentering man, I'm talking about in every area of your life, at work, with your friends, in your family. You have to stop seeing men as your savior. You have to stop seeing men as your end goal. You have to stop seeing men as the solution to all of your life's problems, because we are interconnected and we do need each other and we do have to show up for each other. Yes, there are going to be things that a man can come into your life and shift and change, but he has to also be ready. He has to be in a position where he can actually be of support to you without it being controlling, and be of support to you without it being abusive. And that's very, very important. And that's the reason why I'm really big on decentering men, because what I am learning is that a lot of the issues that women are having, they don't have the energy to face them because they're hyper focused on their romantic relationship. They're hyper focused on spending time with that man. They're hyper focused on making sure he's not cheating and making sure he's doing right and going through his phone and checking his location. Welcome in, Laura. So when you are seeking that male validation in your romantic relationships, it can look like that. When you're seeking that male validation at work, maybe you are doing too much and going over and beyond, trying to get a raise. Maybe you are working a job because of how you think men are going to view you. Maybe you're doing certain things at work, wearing certain clothes to work because of the male attention that it brings you, or toning yourself down. Toning Male validation shows up in both ways, where you are trying to get their validation so bad that you're doing too much, or trying to get their validation so bad that you're not doing enough. So that's when you are not showing up as your most authentic self around men because you feel like they're going to judge you. Or that's when you are not going after the promotions that you deserve because you feel like office are more qualified, or because there may be a club at your office and you're constantly trying to fit in with the boys club because you feel like you are not going to get a promotion, you're not going to get that pay raise unless you fit in with the boys club. You have to get to a point when it comes to male validation that you remove yourself from that in all aspects of your life, not just romantically, but at work, in your friendships. If you are friends with a man and you know that man treats women terribly and you're not saying anything, you are not an advocate of women. That's not how it works. You can, love people from afar and understand people make their own decisions and life choices. But if you don't say anything to him, or if you're one of those moms that lets your son or daughter constantly bring over different girls and different women, and you act like, you don't know about the other ones, you're not a girl's girl. Like, this goes deeper than just your romantic partnership, and this goes deeper than just what you think about in your dating life and in your romantic life. Like, this is about the things that you allow other women to experience simply because you won't speak up, simply because you won't say anything, simply because it's just not that important to you. It doesn't matter if these other women are getting played, as long as you're not a girl's girl. It doesn't matter how his girlfriend feels, as long as you get what you need. At the end of the day, you're not a girl's girl. You are, hey Jen, you are seeking male validation. Yeah, my allergies are acting up, so I'm like sniffling. That's why I didn't do no makeup or nothing. I was like, no. No. Everything's puffy and I keep having to clean things. But we are going to talk about our journaling prompt. Let me see. Do I have the journaling prompt up? We're going to talk about the journaling prompt and the conscious conversation exercise. So one of the conscious conversation exercise that y'all had to do in week 1 was to have a conversation with a woman 15 minutes and don't mention a man at all. So I've been wanting y'all to expand on that and to continue to further that. And so your conscious conversation exercise this week was to attend a female-led event where there's not any men, and then talk to the women that you run into. So if you were able to complete your conscious conversation exercise this week, I'd love for you to drop in the chat what you did and what that was like. So yeah, attend a female-led event where there are not men and no mention of men. So when I was telling y'all to go to a female-led event, I was like, go do a yoga class, do a women empowerment thing. Like, don't go to one of those classes that was talking about that talks about how to keep a man, how to please a man, how to bend over backwards 3 different ways for a man. No, we're not talking about those kind of classes this time. So yeah, if you were able to do that, please drop that in the chat. If you were able to do the conscious conversation exercise, please drop that in the chat, because I think it's so interesting to go places that aren't male censored and just talk to the women there. Just talk and engage to the women there and see what they're thinking about and see what experiences they're having, and just have conversation. Erica said I had a conversation with 2 different women and did not include men. Good job, Erica. What was y'all talking about, girl? Because a lot of times a lot of women don't know how to have a conversation without talking about a man, because they don't know what else to talk about. Because, and I won't even say it's like their fault. I have had this experience myself, and I've talked about this before, where it's like I will share some of the biggest accomplishments in my life, but if it is not about a man, I may get likes on it, but it's not going to be people, messaging me to actually have a conversation about it or to engage about it or anything like that. But if I post something about a man, I just know my message is going to be blowing up by people who don't do nothing but watch now. So I can understand why a lot of women don't have, something to talk about outside of men, simply because there are a lot of women who aren't going to talk about anything but men. So I can definitely understand why there's Dejana. Is it Dejana? Hey, welcome in. Erica said they talked about their careers and how we're going to put in the work to get ahead in life. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Amen. Can we get an amen? Because that's what I'm talking about. There are so many women not living the life that they desire, and they always say they don't have time to live the life that they desire. But every conversation that they have is never a conversation to get them closer to that life. It's never a conversation to get them closer to that life. It's a conversation complaining about their current life. You're going to call and kiki and complain for 5-6 hours. It's a conversation about that man. You gonna call and kiki and complain about that man for 5-6 hours. Like, there are so many other things that you can talk about. There are so many other topics that you can talk about. We can talk about banking. Do you have a high yield savings account? I made $165 last year from my high yield savings account. All I did was let the money sit there and I made $165. There's a topic right there. If you don't have a high yield savings account, I advise you getting one. Drop $50 in that thing. Put $50 in that thing every time you get paid. Let the money sit there. Let the money sit there. Okay? There's so many things to talk about. I'm in school right now. Dejana, thank you for the follow. I hope I'm saying your name right, girl. I'm in school right now. I have hella work to do. Hella work to do. I can always talk about the PowerPoint presentation that I'm working on because we do a weekly parenting workshop at the practice that I work at, that I intern at. And I'm working on a PowerPoint about emotional bonding. I'm reading this book that is giving me nothing. Is it DNR? DNF? I don't like. So I'm still reading this book, y'all, and the book is okay. It could have done better, but it's been okay. That's another topic because y'all are doing things outside of your friendships with men. Y'all are doing things outside of your relationships with men. Let me say that. You're doing things outside of your relationship with men. It's just you're not talking about it. You're not talking about it. Your homegirl not talking about it. Nobody in y'all circle is talking about the other things that y'all are doing in y'all life. So it seems like you're not doing nothing else. But I promise you are. And I promise you there are other things that you can talk about. There are other things that you can talk about. If Dejana, I think you was on the phone that day, moved into a new place. That's something to talk about. You should be proud of yourself. Your friends should be congratulating you and they should be, lifting you up and seeing what you need. My cousin just moved. I went and bought her a pot set. Those moments, those are things you can talk to your friends about. You want to get a new car. What kind of car you want, girl? Let's manifest it. There are a lot of things that you can talk about outside of men. So if you found that journaling, if you found that conscious conversation exercise difficult to do, if you found it difficult to talk to another woman without mentioning a man, I want you to do a deep dive into what your life looks like. And I think that was last week's journaling prompt, I want to say, where you had to write a biography about yourself and you could not detail anything about men. Y'all used to teach. Everything I'm doing is a build-up. Everything I'm doing is a build-up. So if you are just now tuning in and this is your first week with me, we are on week 3, going into week 4. Our week ends on Sunday, begins on Monday. Tomorrow will be the beginning of week 4, and you will get episode 4 somewhere between Monday and Wednesday. I can't lie to y'all. School kicking my ass. So y'all got to bear with me while I get these 6 modules out because school is kicking my ass and I have been having to prioritize what needs to get done first and then do the rest later. So yeah, that's where we at with that. So you'll get episode somewhere between Monday and Wednesday. You'll get module 4. But if you are just not tuning in, please make sure you check out module 1 through 3 on YouTube, full videos, or on YouTube, full classes on YouTube. Thank you, Erica, girl. Because I appreciate y'all. Yo, no lies, slight brag and slight brag, but also slight moment for me to be proud of myself. Module 3 has, hey Kalo, hey friend. Module 3 has, I think, almost 70 views, y'all, and I didn't promote it. I did not promote it. I have not posted module 3 anywhere. All I have told y'all was that it was up. So again, I appreciate y'all's constant support. I appreciate y'all showing up for yourself because these videos are for you and not me. I done decent to these ninjas. So these videos are for you and not me. Appreciate the love. So yeah, I really appreciate everybody showing up for themselves, showing up, showing out. Y'all will always get a conscious conversation exercise and a journaling prompt every single week. We're going to discuss it every Sunday at 8. Again, our week ends on Sunday, begins on Monday. So this week is ending after this live. But again, go catch up. Go watch videos 1, 2, and 3. Catch up on the assignments, drop any comments, drop any questions, drop anything that you feel like you want to hear me talk about, but I haven't. Please do. Please do that. Y'all, I've been over here running my mouth for 15 minutes, and guess what I don't have up still? It's the journaling prompt. Still ain't got it up. It ain't in front of my face yet. Let me get this journaling prompt up so that way we can go into the journaling discussion. Eric, I saw you said something over here, but I was running my mouth. Let me go back real quick. That was a topic, saving money in the single phase of your life. Oh, girl, Erica. That is the topic right there. Saving money in the single phase of your life. A lot of y'all, when y'all are single, y'all take that as a time to kind of shut down and to stop moving and to stop growing. Some of y'all feel like you can only grow if there's someone next to you. Some of y'all feel like you can only grow if you are connected to a man, if there is a man involved. And that kind of thinking is going to leave you stagnant, especially when you're single. There is a loneliness and single epidemic. A lot of us are lonely and single. You're going to have to get over it. You're going to have to get over it. You're going to have to get over it. This desire, this vision that you created in your mind involves two people. And you cannot force someone to be part of your vision. No matter how much you want them to grow up, no matter how much you want them to be there, no matter how much you want them to be present, you cannot force someone to be part of your vision. It's either aligning or it's not. It's either aligning or it's not. So you have to let go of some of them dreams and let go of some of them visions that you had and accept that the things that you desire, you're going to have to do it by yourself first. And I can speak from experience on that. Years ago in one of my past relationships, I was definitely stagnant and stuck because I wanted us to have the success together. Like the things that I have now, I have done it for myself. Whereas in the past in my relationships, I really wanted us to do it together. But since my partner couldn't get it together, I just ended up not having it. And then I end up resenting them. And then I end up being frustrated and annoyed. And then it's drama and toxic and chaos. When simply all I had to do was leave. All I had to do was leave. I think I talked about this in the early module. I talked about how once it's clear my needs can't be met in this present moment, it's time to let go. It's time to let go because I don't believe in this whole idea of the potential of a partner. They can either meet your needs as is, who they are with their current circumstances, or they cannot. And I'm not talking about years in. I'm not talking about years in a marriage. I'm not talking about that. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Coco. Welcome in. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when y'all are 2 weeks in and you're dating, when you're 3 months in and you're dating, when you in that first month and a half and you're dating. You should not be looking for potential to continue to date them. They should already be potential. They should have reached their maximum potential already. And they should be who they need to be for you at that present moment. Because when you are waiting on the potential of a man, you just building up resentment. You just building up resentment. You just building up stress. You just building up overwhelm because you want him to live up to your potential when he got his own idea of who he is, who he's going to be, what he's going to do. And I hate to say this to some of y'all, and I hate to break this to some of y'all, but a lot of y'all are not in the picture. He knows that. He knows that you are not in the picture. He knows that you are not a priority because he's showing you those things now. You don't have to wait 3 months to see how a man is going to treat you. You can just see how he treats you right now. That should be enough. That should be enough. Y'all know I'm strict. I'm strict. You only got one time because I'm patient and I give people grace for human things. You show I ain't want to say nothing, Nikki. Potent, come on, Webster. Yes, girl. I love saying potent. But oh, y'all done threw me off and I started laughing. Oh, y'all. Oh, look at God. My laptop charger already here. But Yeah, you can't wait. You can't wait for a man's potential because he ain't gonna wait on yours. I'm telling you now, he ain't gonna wait on yours. I'm telling you now, he's not gonna wait on your potential. When men choose women, they are choosing that woman based on who she is right then and there. Based on who she is right then and there. He's not thinking about now, don't get me wrong, there are gonna be some men who are they really thinking about the future. They real serious, they real committed, real devoted. They like, I can understand your situation right now. I ain't worried about that. I know that you gon', blah, blah, blah. Those men already married. So let it go. Those men are already married. So we ain't talking about them. We talking about the men that's out here now that's dating. They are not. You either work for them as you are, or they just gonna go on to the next thing, and that's just what it is. So you too, you too. Like when I'm dating a man, I can tell on date one if we're gonna go on a second date. I can tell on date one if we're gonna go on a second date. Some of y'all be knowing you'll need to keep dating this man on date one, and then y'all 6 months deep, and now you like, oh damn, I done got too deep. Damn, of course you done got too deep because you have let this man run you ragged for the past 6 months. When in actuality, you need to be able to decide on date one. That's how good you need to get. Like I see so many women complain about their dating experience, and I'm like, well, hell, you the one saying yeah. I've had such great and amazing date experiences because I know what kind of dating experiences I want to have. I know what kind of dating experiences I want to have. I know what kind of man whose presence I want to be in. I know what kind of conversations that are engaging to me. Like I already know what's going on with me on that date. So before I even say yes to a man, his approach matters. His approach matters. Some of y'all, the fact that they approach you the fact that they approach you in the first place is enough. That's you seeking male validation. The fact that they approached you in the first place is enough for you. It don't matter how he approached you. It's the fact that he approached you. That's enough for you. That's you seeking male validation. Let that go. Because you only want to have high quality dates. And I'm not saying they all have to be these expensive $200, $300, $400 dates. I'm not saying that. You could have a high quality date at a coffee shop. Not me, but y'all. I'm just playing. But I ain't going to no coffee date. But you can have a high quality date anywhere because what makes it a high quality date is the fact that y'all are able to have conversation that flows. Y'all are able to enjoy each other's company. You're able to have clear communication, authentic communication. You do if you're saying yes to anybody who asks you out. Really important. The approach is really important. And for me, the approach looks like, can you plan? Can you plan the date? Because if your approach to me is, okay, so what you want to do? Next. I don't want to do nothing, baby. We good. We good. I don't want to do nothing. So the approach matters. Coffee date is crazy work. I'm not a coffee date girl. I was watching Love After Lockup. I'm not that one. Not that one. I do watch that. I was watching Married at First Sight, which they starting to all blend in. But anyways, I was watching Married at First Sight, and one guy said that he started only doing coffee dates once he got in his 30s. And that's why your last option is this show. Because a woman that was probably for you probably asked her to go on a coffee date and she said hell no, and then you probably got defeated and didn't ask nobody else on a coffee date for months. So yeah, there's that. But the approach is very, very important. So I'm looking for a man that can plan. I'm looking for a man that can communicate. I'm looking for a man that can lead and is not finna talk about no 50-50 split. No. So those are the things I'm looking for already up front. And then where are we going? Where do you want to go? Like I'm at a point in my life where if you want to take me out to eat, I'm not interested. That's just where I'm at. I have my own fitness goal. I have my own like relationship with food that I'm working on. I don't want to go to dinner. So I'm at a point now where it's like, okay, if you are offering dinner, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna turn it down. So you need to know at what space in your life you're at, what kind of dates you actually want to go approach. I know what kind of man I want. I know I want a man that leads and takes charge and takes control and is in the front. I know that's what I want. So in order for me to have those things, I have to say yes to men that only exhibit those traits. That's what you have to start doing to start releasing that need for male validation and the male validation that you get by just saying yes. Because you can't say yes to everybody. You can't say yes to everybody because that's how you're going to end up in those situations where you go on this one date that's terrible and the guy swears y'all had the best time of your life and now he won't stop hitting up your line even though that date was terrible. He was terrible. It was terrible. Everything was terrible. I remember I went on a date with this guy years ago. Years ago. We went on a date, went to this restaurant. Cool. It was cool. I don't remember what kind of restaurant it was, but it was a different kind of restaurant. Like I'm open to different kinds of restaurants. Like I'm open to something that I've never had before. But just going to a restaurant that I don't ate all the good food. I don't want to go out to eat. So we go to this restaurant, cool, chill, nice, chill place or whatever. And I remember he asked me if I wanted to go sit in the parking lot and smoke. I was like, damn, just like that, we never gonna see each other again. Cause why would you ask me at this big grown age some shit like that? I think I was like 20. How old was I? Maybe 26, maybe 27. Yeah, maybe somewhere. I think I was like 26 or 27 at the time. And he asked me if I wanted to go smoke in a parking lot after we ate. And I was like, nah, you're wildin'. And then he asked me if I wanted to come back to his sister's house. And I was like, see, I gotta get out of here. I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I'm telling y'all these things from experience. Like I'm telling y'all these things from experience. Like I said, I don't went on so many dates in my dating years because I've been dating since I was a teenager. And of course, that has given me an even bigger luxury of understanding what was going on because I've been dating for so long. Erica said the guy was probably nervous. I don't care how nervous a man is. Don't ever ask me to go smoke in a parking lot. Ever. I'm not gonna go smoke with you, period. But asking me to go smoke in a parking lot is crazy. It's crazy. In Georgia, okay. And this was before we criminalized, so this is we would have been going to jail. Like we just went to jail. We would have been in jail. And I don't even put like that. So yeah, pay attention to the approach. Pay attention to don't ask me to smoke at all. Yeah, don't ask me to smoke at all. Mm-mm. I don't even date men that do smoke because I just have yet to find a man that smokes who's not anxious as hell and depressed as hell. And I just ain't dealing with either one of them. So I don't even date men that smoke because I need you to be able to raw dog life like me. So yeah, nah, I don't. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, definitely make sure you are paying attention to the approach and then ask yourself, what kind of dates do you even want to go on? Like, I know what kind of date. I like active dates. I like dates where we like, I like dates where we have to actually do things and I get to see like how his brain works and how he thinks and how he leads and how he maneuvers and things like that. Those are things that are important to me. Because when we go to dinner, I can only learn so much about you from dinner. I can learn if you talk to, the servers, crazy or not. I can learn that. I can learn if you feel like we need to split the bill or if, you someone who's going to take care of the bill on a date. Like I get to learn those things, but that's not enough for me anymore. Like that's not enough for me anymore. Like I need to know as quick as possible, can you lead? Can I trust you to lead? Am I attracted to you? That's where we at with it. That is where we at with it. So you got to ask yourself, like, what's important to you? What do you need to see on a date? What kind of experiences do you want to have on a date? So ask yourself those questions. Y'all I never got that journaling prompt up. It never came up. Let me go find it, y'all. Let me go find it. I almost canceled on y'all today, so that's one reason I ain't ready. But I'm here. I came. And I'm finna get off this thing because we at 8:30. Let me find the journaling prompt real quick though. Let me sniffle. I'm sniffling all in the mic. My bad, y'all. I'll just kicking my ass. Journaling prompt. Did I tell y'all to talk to women more? Huh. No. Okay, let me look here because I do like a lot of, I do everything in like steps. So I have a complete outline of the class, of every class. And then I take that outline and make the class. But they don't always end up being exactly the same. So what's on here, I don't think is what I actually gave y'all. So I'm going to find it really quick. Hopefully this doesn't mess up because I have YouTube open on 2 separate places right now. So hopefully my YouTube stream. Y'all, I'm at 77 views on Decentering Men Module 3. I love that for me. I haven't even promoted that video yet. I love that for me. Thank you, Erica. Because my goal is to get all the videos out, and then that's the content y'all gonna get all year. Just in the sense of like new, fresh, new, yeah. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired. And I know that I'm only tired because I have been making content when I told myself I wasn't going to. Happy to be present and share my expertise because I don't play with these ninjas. They call me Miss Strict, the strictest. They call me the strictest. All right. Okay, it says to challenge yourself to set a boundary in one area of your life where you have previously prioritized male validation. So did anybody do their journaling prompt? Anybody do their journaling prompt? What area of your life did you set a boundary where you felt like you were previously prioritizing male validation? If you completed that journaling prompt, drop, or even if you have an answer right now, I'd love for you to drop it in the chat. We'll discuss it real quick and we'll wrap on up because I gotta blow my nose soon. To be honest. I'm over here. I'm honestly tired of sniffling because I'm double mic'd up. Y'all can't see both mics, but I'm double mic'd up, so I know that my sniffling is loud as hell. I appreciate everybody for joining me and staying with me. We on here too late. I gotta put my child to bed. He up there yelling at his tablet. Journaling prompt: challenge yourself to set a boundary in one area of your life where you have previously prioritized male validation. I think this journal prompt was very, very important because everyone's not on the same journey to get out of that space of needing male validation and seeking male validation. So some of y'all are in a space where it is your romantic relationship. Some of y'all are in a space where it is your male friendships. Some of y'all are in a space where it is the men that you work with, whether it's them making sexist, nasty ass jokes and you never say anything, or it being a situation where you're with your male friends and they treat women terribly and you don't say anything. So in those moments where you could advocate for a woman and you could, educate a man about how he could do better and how he can show up better, because that's what we're here for each other. So think about where that shows up in your life. And it maybe could be all three. Maybe it's your personal life, your romantic, and your work life. It could show up as all three of them. Erica said, I said one 2 years ago once I got a divorce. Divorce is a good boundary. Divorce is a boundary a lot of y'all need to go on and take. Let me be quiet for they be saying I promote divorces and shit. Like the weirdos have been coming out with this content, y'all. I'm not used to dealing with weirdos because like I said, I feel like this is going out of the way for me. I usually make what I would consider safe content, but I was like, it's time to come out of safety. So the weirdos have been coming out. But yes, some of y'all need to set that boundary of divorce. Because unless y'all are gonna go to marriage counselor and tell that lady the truth, go and let it go. Go and let it go, because y'all are traumatizing them kids. Y'all traumatizing the rest of the family because they got to deal with y'all bullshit. Go and let it go. Go and let it go. Set those boundaries. Set boundaries at work. Here's a good way to set boundaries at work if you are around a bunch of weird ass men, right? Start making them uncomfortable. Like, what I have noticed about men that feel comfortable being weird and disgusting and making women uncomfortable is they don't like confrontation and they don't like to be challenged. So just start doing it. And not even, I'm very feminine. And I did a poll actually where I was trying to see if people were more interested in embracing soft life content or if they were more interested in decreasing male validation. So far, soft life is winning, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably gonna do both because I've been enjoying this decentering men content. But I am a soft life girl. I do live a soft life now, and it took decentering men to live a soft life. So I feel like that's just two different sides of the spectrum where some of y'all are still in a space where you need to decenter men and you still are in that journey. Whereas some of y'all are in a space where you've gotten past that already and you are ready to live a soft life. You just don't know how to do it yet. So I say that because y'all know one of the intentions of this class is to increase your feminine energy and learn how to use your feminine energy to get the things that you want. So I say that because when you are challenging these men, it doesn't have to be this aggressive, ninja, what did you talking about? Fuck out my face. It don't have to be all that. It don't have to be all that. It could be as simple, I think that's weird of you to say, and walk away. It could be as simple, I don't think your mama would like you talking like that, and walk away. Like, just say something that is going to make them question saying shit like that around you. Like, when I tell you, people do not play with me. People do not play with me. They might play with their mama. They might play with their boss, but people do not play with me because I speak up. I speak up. If people know that you're going to speak up, and first off, a lot of the men who are saying weird shit at their office know they know they're being weird as fuck. It's just that nobody says anything, so they keep doing it. I remember I was dating this guy, and he would tell me about the things that because I work from home, because I don't have the patience for none of it. I ain't got the patience for none of that shit. So he would tell me about like the conversation they were having in the office and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, what did you say? Because that's some weird shit to just be said around you. And there's always weird shit being said around you. So what did you say? Like, what is your part in this conversation? I'm telling you, people who talk like that and people who inappropriate, they're not going to say those things around you because they know that you're going to confront them and they know that you're going to challenge them, and they don't like that. So they're probably going to avoid being in the same room with you. And a win is a win, in my opinion. I don't want to be around nobody weird. I don't want to be around anybody that thinks that rape jokes, grape. I don't want to be around anybody that thinks that grape jokes are funny or that they're entertaining. I don't want to be around anybody that thinks that pedophilia is funny, pedophilia is entertaining, or reasonable or acceptable. I don't want to be around anybody that support Trump. Like, it just is what it is. Like, I don't want to be around people who are being ignorant and disgusting and terrible people. Like, I don't want to be around these people. So I'm going to say something. Once people know that you are that person, they're when I tell you, they're gonna move away from you like roaches. They're gonna scatter like roaches. When you enter that room, them conversations they were having, they're gonna stop. Them weird comments they were saying, they're gonna stop. So start speaking of how male validation is impacting how you show up in the spaces that you're in. And tune in this week for episode 4, which will drop somewhere between Monday and Wednesday. Because again, school's kicking my ass and I have to prioritize as need be. So it'll be dropped though. Y'all don't have it. And I appreciate everybody that has been tuning in, that is tuning in, that share the content. Make sure you share the YouTube video with anyone who needs to see it. Make sure that you are tuning in on Sunday, 8 p.m. live. We will be live again. I think we have 3 more lives. Yep. So we will be live. I think it's 3. I can't remember. But we'll be live again next Sunday, 8 p.m. Module 4 will be up somewhere between Monday and Wednesday. Make sure you tune in. I appreciate everybody that is tuning in because those views is going up and I ain't even promoted it. So that's fun. I enjoy that. But thank y'all for tuning in with me. If you're on TikTok, please make sure you go to my post and hit the poll because I want to know what kind of content y'all want from me and which direction y'all want me to go. Again, we're talking about between embracing soft life and stop seeking male validation. Even though I said I'm probably going to do both, I still want to know what y'all think. We'll be back again next Sunday, 8 p.m. Module will be up somewhere between Monday and Wednesday. Turn your post notifications on. That way you will get notified as soon as the video drops. Let me know if you have any questions. Catch up on class. If you have not, we have 3 classes up now. Each class is somewhere between 20 minutes. So you could really knock out all 3 classes in a few days if you just pace yourself out over a few days. Thank y'all for joining me again. Thank you, Erica. And I will see y'all again next Sunday. Make sure you comment, share, subscribe, like, engage, all that good stuff. The more y'all engage with me, the more people that are able to find me. Thank y'all. Have a great week.